Broward Preparatory School here in Coconut Creek, Florida for this contest between the Archbishop McCarthy Mavericks and the North Broward Eagles. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here. Let's scoot back a little bit. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand. One more time, because who knows. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here alongside my producer Hugo Sapazzi. Right now we've got number 1 and 2 in South Florida, number 8 and 10 in Florida respectively. This is a battle for supremacy. We're just about ready to get underway, so we'll be right back in just a moment at the start of this contest. Don't you go anywhere. It is time for the most anticipated volleyball matchup of the season. Archbishop McCarthy, North Broward, number 1 and 2 in South Florida collide. We are so excited that you are joining us here live on YouTube. Sam Gelfand here on the call, alongside my broadcast partner and producer, Hugo Sapazzi. This is one that has been circled on the calendars for both teams for pretty much since the season began. North Broward, one of the few remaining undefeated teams left in Florida, and Archbishop McCarthy is on their way to a potential state title run. We are just about ready to go, and once again, we thank you so very much for joining us here for it. The paparazzi is out tonight, and for once, it's not just us. Right now, North Broward is ranked number 10 in the Sunshine State, Archbishop McCarthy number 8. Now keep in mind as we go into this matchup that Archbishop McCarthy is in a larger district than North Broward is. McCarthy is 5A, North Broward is 4A, and the general rule of thumb is that these things favor the larger school. But North Broward has taken down 7A opponents before, so you never know. This could be anyone's contest. Emma Lures back to serve, and we're underway. There's a dig from the libero, and setting up at the net, putting it over is the Mavericks as Lures pushes it over to Johnson. Somehow, the Mavericks are able to keep this one going. Dig by Palumbo. Lures up at the net for Tanone. She threads the needle and gets North Broward on the board. That's one for Tanone. That will not be her last. You never want to make guarantees, but with Tanone, it practically is guaranteed. Lures serves again. There's a dig by Kaylin Rivera. Slightly tipped over by Brianna Maseracchio, but it is over the line. And North Broward is up 2-0. You may notice we've got a very fancy broadcast today, and we could not do it without the generosity of Lynn University Ice Hockey, who have been so kind as to lend us much of their broadcast equipment as North Broward goes up 3-0. Lynn Ice Hockey helping us put together this program to give promising young students a chance to get experience in the sports broadcasting business. As Palumbo sends it over desperately, it is dug by Maseracchio. And a big hit off the hands for Juliana Lugo. She will be a powerhouse all night long. Lugo leads this team in kills per set. As a matter of fact, she has exactly as many kills per set as Yasmin Tanone does. Lures now to Tanone. Speak of the devil, and here she is. And for the Mavericks, I mean, they must see a demon out there. Serving now is Johnson. Finds his way over the net. A quick tip over by Fabiana Castro, but it falls on the wrong side, and North Broward is cruising in the fast lane. A serve straight into the net, and that will go in favor of the Mavericks. The Mavericks do have a higher serving percentage than the Eagles do, 92.5 to 87.7. And just like that, the Mavericks get themselves back in it. Looks like that was Oprah Povea. Lures far side. Palumbo takes a little off. Great dig by the libero. Tanone puts it right back, but the Mavericks are able to defend. Colliding digs, lures. Wiggins sets up Tanone on the near side. Push backwards. A couple of blocks. And Wiggins gets to it, but no one else can, and that's a big kill for Juliana Lugo. And just like that, the Mavericks have gone from a 5-1 deficit to 5-4. Here's a dig for Tanone. And kept alive by Hurtado. Now Wiggins digs, lures, Tanone, finds some room. And right now, this is really it's coming down to a competition between Tanone and Lugo. Both trying to assert their dominance over the other. Now Destiny Wiggins back to serve for the Eagles. A dig, a set, a hit by Lugo. Lures pushes it up for Palumbo. It is sent back by Lugo. Lures now down the line to Tanone off the blockers. That's a North Broward point. That's new head coach Brian Kogenauer. Currently 7-0 in his record as North Broward's head coach, as North Broward is 7-0 this season. Might not continue to be if Kaylin Rivera can put some back like that. An impressive kill for the freshman. And now it's Raquel Hurtado back. She has a 98.7 serving percentage this season. There's a dig by Johnson, lures, sets up Palumbo, far side, skims the net, and keeps going. Here's Wiggins, up to Johnson, and a dig by Castro. Hurtado, over to Lugo, blocked by Lainey Tobias. A dig by Wiggins. Here's lures, setting up Palumbo, and that goes off the hands and out of play. Jada Palumbo with her first kill of the night. Serving now is Tanone, but not getting an ace, though the Mavericks had to fight for it. Lures over to Palumbo, blocks. Wiggins to lures, down to Tanone, off the hands, and she is unstoppable. Yasmin Tanone has been an anchor for this squad all season, and she's showing you exactly why. Sent back over by Kaylin Rivera. Lures now, Tobias. Desperation, a bit of miscommunication, and Kogenauer doesn't look too happy about it. Off the hands of Tobias. Now, Tanone, lures, pushes it over. Maneuvered by Hurtado. Dig by Wiggins. Lures at the net, Palumbo. And that's a ball handling error for the Eagles. We have seen it all season and said it time and time again. North Broward is their own worst enemy. Couldn't hear what Kogenauer said to Lainey Tobias there. All I heard was the words, "come on." Now serving as Lugo. Dig by Wiggins. Sent back over. And it looks like they touched the net. Bit of coaching from Kogenauer now. Some very experienced coaches on both sides. Kogenauer may be new to North Broward, but he is the head coach and director of recruitment for one of the best, if not the best, volleyball programs in Florida. In fact, I think it's safe to call them the best considering he took them to a national championship last year. And Karen Frank, the skipper for the Mavericks, in her 27th year at the helm. She's been coaching volleyball for Archbishop McCarthy almost as long as I've been alive. Put back from Tobias is sent the Eagles' way. As we've got a couple of changes, and usually we don't see Kogenauer this hands-on. You know, I overheard a little bit of their pregame meeting, and he said to his team, as long as we play defense, things should go our way. And perhaps he's just not happy with the sort of defense that he's seeing out of the Eagles. Either way, there's the serve from Valerie Hegaburo, the 8th grader. A block for Riley Tynan. Sent down the line, pushed over by Maria Bortoluzzi. And before Johnson can do her thing, there's a hitting error, and Kogenauer's incensed. I mean, look, this game is really about the players and not the coaches, but it's almost a bit out of character for him, trying to be much more hands-on correcting these mistakes. Whistle blows, we're back underway, and that's Shireen Kayubit serving. Deja Johnson overpowers the Mavericks, as she often does. Frankly, I'm surprised it took this long for her to get a kill. She is currently 4th in 4A in hitting percentage, 5th in 4A in kills, and at one point was top 5 in the state. No surprise she's heading D1. A good dig and a good hit back over by Oprah Povia. So far, we are seeing excellent play from both sides. You'd expect nothing less from the caliber of both of these teams. Dig by Palumbo, lures, sets up to Known, and it is sent back by Oprah Povea. That was a statement. Fabiana Castro now to serve for the Mavericks. And a dig by Johnson, lures, back to Johnson, and the desperate dig goes off of the coach. That's a penalty. Too many men on the field. It's 5 yards, first down. I think it's a 10-yard penalty. Don't quote me on that. It's the wrong sport anyway. Dig by Kayubit. Lugo emphatically hit and an emphatic dig by Johnson. Wiggins to Known. Sent up by Castro. Kayubit pushed over by Lugo. Tanone behind, lures back the other way, sets up Johnson into the net. And she knew that was a little undercooked. You know, perhaps tension's running a little bit high for both teams. After all, they both know what's on the line here. It's not just about a win. It's not just about a loss. It's about proving who is the best team in South Florida. Dig by Johnson into the stands, and that fan is not legal. In the game, I mean. So another serve for the Mavericks. Johnson lures over to Tanone. Castro has trouble handling it. Kayubit. And it is sent back over. Now it's Wiggins. Palumbo, far side. Nearly sends it into the bench. And North Broward is self-destructing. It's louder in here than it typically is. Teams and fans alike getting hyped for this. And how can you not get hyped when Jada Palumbo is delivering kills like that? Now it's Destiny Wiggins back to serve, one of the best liberos in all of Florida. But even the best have an off serve or two, and that goes out. Wiggins really shines when it comes to digging. She averages 5.5%. Now it's her opposite libero, Raquel Hurtado, the junior. Serves to Palumbo, lures, back to Palumbo, takes a little off of it, and it pays dividends. Yasmin Tanone serves. Dig by Hurtado. Set up far side Lugo. Put back by Palumbo. Denied. Some great net play there for Jada Palumbo. Skips over the net. Hurtado dives to dig. Back to Lugo. Dig by Wiggins. Lures, sets up Tobias, pushes it over, dug by Rivera. Back to Rivera now on the near side. Diving dig by Johnson, back to Palumbo. Skips off the shoe. And Jada Palumbo is heating up. I mean, look at the power of both of these teams. This ball's whizzing around the gym. Tanone serves to Hurtado, sent back by Tobias. Kept alive by the Mavericks. Sent down the line. Tobias sends it back. Hurtado digs. Pushed over by Rivera. Lures to Tobias. Off the hands. Gets a kill. Usually, when we see volleyball matches here, Lainey Tobias is the tallest member of either team. This time, not so much, as a timeout is called by the Mavericks. Now, we talked about how both of these teams are ranked right now. Eagles are one of the few remaining undefeated teams left in Florida. However, the Mavericks do have a higher overall rank. Keep in mind that they are in 5A and not 4A like the Eagles. That's why, even though the Mavericks are second compared to first for the Eagles, the big difference really comes down here in strength of schedule. This is what this all goes into. Archbishop McCarthy has the higher ranking because they are facing tougher opponents so far this year. (18-14). North Broward holds a 4-point lead as Tanone serves over the line and just too far over. And it seems that timeout succeeded in icing the server. Now it's Juliana Lugo back to serve for the Mavericks. Just beyond the right side of your screen. There she is. Skips over the net. Wiggins digs. Lures, pushes down to Palumbo, off the blockers, and it goes in her favor. Hey, if your opponents give you an assist, you got to take it. And now it's Palumbo to serve. She has 11 aces on the season. A dig and a putback by Tobias. As I was saying, Tobias usually the tallest player on either team, but believe it or not, she's actually eclipsed. She is tied by Maria Bortoluzzi, and Juliana Lugo has an inch on her. Lugo somehow defended by Wiggins, and she's proven why she is so successful. Johnson, though, sees a little less success. And now back to serve, it's Kaylin Rivera. Rivera serving at a 94.4% mark. Finds Palumbo, lures, pushes it over, sent down the line. And back over, defended by Tobias. But that's a lift by Lures and a Maverick point. North Broward still has a 3-point lead as Rivera is back to serve again. Rivera just a freshman. Palumbo digs, Lures sets, Johnson over, too far over. And how many hits is that in a row now for Deja Johnson where she's overpowered it? I mean, if this is your first time seeing a North Broward match, this is someone who got 27 kills in a single match a little earlier. Off the blocker's hands, though a good hit for Bortoluzzi. Lures, sets up to Known, once again, overhit, and it's a 1-point game. And as mentioned at the top of this broadcast, once again, the Eagles are proving to be their own worst enemy. Serve by Rivera into the net. And that's a rare reprieve. As mentioned, she's serving at a 95% mark. So she does not do that too often. Back to serve. It looks like that's Hegaburo. Johnson to Lures, back to Johnson, and this time with a little less power, Hurtado can't handle it. You know, just yesterday was the 60th anniversary of the Sandy Koufax perfect game. In my opinion, one of the greatest pitchers to ever live as we have another timeout, this time taken by Archbishop McCarthy again. And I bring up a baseball player in volleyball because Koufax struggled at the major league level in the first several years of his career until one of his catchers simply told him, "Have you tried not throwing so hard?" And as soon as he decided, hey, let's focus on accuracy instead of just pounding the ball into the strike zone, he became one of the greatest of all time. And perhaps that's exactly what Johnson's dealing with right now. Now, speaking of aces and kills and all of that, here's the big differences between these two teams. North Broward dominate the ace game overall, and they also have an advantage when it comes to kills. The huge advantage comes in assists. I mean, look at that. 2 versus 11. Now, the Mavericks do lead when it comes to blocks, and North Broward also has a stronger digging game. So perhaps the key for North Broward in this contest will be to stay away from the net. Keep hitting from afar, and it may pay dividends. Now the Eagles serve. It's Hegaburo again. Off of Hurtado's hands. And the Mavericks somehow keep this one going. It was not easy for sure as Lures hits Johnson. She sort of punches it. It goes out of her hands, and that doesn't fall on the right side of the line. And once again, it looks like Johnson is overhitting. So Tobias comes on. Tobias and Hegaburo come off in favor of Wiggins and Riley Dinan. Served by Kayubit. Lures at the net. Johnson, but there was an error before the hit. And this one remains a 1-point game. Shireen Kayubit to serve. Dig by Tanon. Lures back to Johnson. Goes the other way. A little trickiness. Sent up by Bortoluzzi. And over by Masaracchio. Lures Johnson. And how did they keep that going? That's absolutely nuts. Dinan with a big hit. Another huge dig for the Mavericks. And sent over by Rivera. Palumbo digs. Lures. Johnson gets it done. Two crazy digs by the Mavericks, but third time is the charm for the Eagles. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a live comment section here on YouTube, and we're taking a look at it, so if there's anything you'd like to share, we might even read it out on the air if we like what you're saying. Lure sends it the other way. Tanone does her best, but Kayuba digs. Now here's Johnson, lures Tanone once again. And that one nearly goes into the bench. Well, that photographer's not supposed to be standing directly in front of our camera. Someone tell him to get out of the way. Yeah, you know what makes for great TV? That. Well, that serve goes out. You wouldn't know it if you just saw this. Come on, man. We got to have someone down there. There's got to be more than two of us running this broadcast. I think that's going to be the key. And there's an ace. That puts set number 1 in the books. North Broward takes the first one 25-22 in this incredibly pivotal matchup between two of the best in South Florida. We will be right back in 3 minutes with the start of set number 2. Don't you dare go anywhere. North Broward takes the first set 25-22, but that was not the case the last time that these two teams met. That was back in 2022 at Archbishop McCarthy. That was the only time that they've actually met in the last 10 years, believe it or not. The Mavericks won that 3-0. Rogers, one of only 2 players on the Mavericks who are still on the roster today. So Archbishop McCarthy will serve to start us off. Once again, we thank you so much for joining us here live on YouTube for this incredible cross-class contest. Lors sets up Johnson, and she takes care of business to open up the second set. She's up to 5 kills now, and imagine how many that would be if she wasn't overhitting it for half of the first set. Luka with a soft touch. And she puts the Mavericks on the board. Serve from Masaracchio, I believe. Johnson over to Masaracchio. Set up backwards to Luka. Brings the jam! And they're going wild on the Mavericks bench. Understandably so. That serve goes out. Or does it? It's an ace for Masaracchio. Now she'll try again. This time dig by Wiggins. Lures. And Johnson on the near side gets another kill for herself. Keeping North Broward in this one. And it's just a 1-point game as Johnson serves. They put up the senior banners in front of our little broadcast perch, and we can't see who's serving as easily anymore. Wiggins digs it. Palumbo nearly runs into the bench. And Tanone just can't send it over. She's a freshman, they chant on the McCarthy bench. And now we go to the junior, Raquel Hurtado, to serve. Wiggins digs, lures, near side, Tanone off the hands, and that's, no, I thought that was a foretouch, but no, the Mavericks keep it going. Palumbo over the net and gets it done. 7 kills for the junior, Jada Palumbo. Palumbo heading to Villanova University in a couple of years, and it's scary to think how good she's going to be by the time she gets there. Wiggins serves, wrangled by Rivera, and sent back over by Castro. Lures down the line to Tanone, off the hands, that's a kill. And right now we've got 3 Eagles who are at 6 or more kills. Deja Johnson, Yasmin Tanone, and Jada Palumbo. So Wiggins will keep on serving. She holds North Broward's school records for most aces in a game and a season. But those were both set in 2023. Tobias pushes it over, kept up by Rivera. Down to Lugo, off lures, and Lugo continues to rock this gym. And Kogenauer talking defense over with Tobias right now. Finishes with a high five, so clearly everyone's feeling good. No harm done. Juliana Lugo serves. Dig by Johnson, not an easy one. Off Tanone's hands, it's an ace. So much power. Tanone did her best, but she could not handle it. And Lugo will keep serving. She's 6'3", just a junior. Got to imagine she's going to go D1. Tobias is going D1, but she puts a little too much mustard on it, and it is 7-4. The Eagles struggling a little bit in this set. I mean, I would not be surprised if this one goes 4, even 5 sets between how good both of these teams are. Lugo, Johnson digs. Wiggins to Palumbo. A nice dig there for Masarico. Rivera pushes it. Palumbo lures down to Tanone, off Hurtado. And Tanone keeps on trucking. so much talent on this court right now, and we're so grateful that you're joining us here for it live on YouTube. Sam Gelfand here on the call, and Hugo Sapazzi, our producer. Palumbo keeps on rolling. Can she be stopped? The answer is not going to be solved anytime soon. Is it possible to stop Palumbo? Get a team of scientists in here, some mathematicians. I want to see proofs. Kaylin Rivera now to serve. Johnson digs, lures, over to Palumbo. Lightning fast or a leisurely drive, it does not matter. Palumbo gets the Eagles to their destination. That is 9 kills for her now. That is more than anyone on either team. Hurtado digs. Up in the net, sent over, lures, some desperation, and who else but Palumbo sends it over. A big hit for Maria Bortoluzzi. And that's her first kill of the match. An emphatic one as well. Kayubit serves to Palumbo, lures. Over to Johnson, tried to get tricky with it, but once again, too much on it, and Kogenauer comes out. Palumbo lures, and now it's Tanone. A great dig by Kayubit. Palumbo up to lures and Tobias. Competition at the net, but the Eagles prevail. The Mavericks have the largest roster of anyone North Broward's faced so far this year. 17 players compared to North Broward's 14. And the Mavericks pretty much use all of them. That was some beautiful hitting for the Mavericks. Caught the Eagles snoozing. They went back to roost, and Maria Bortoluzzi took advantage of it. Now it's Fabiana Castro to serve. It's a short one. Wiggins lures. Johnson. Wiggins sends back over. Hurtado. And now a quick hit for Rivera. Eagles falling over themselves. Hurtado digs. A hit by Castro. Wiggins falling backwards. Keeps it going. Tanone up to Johnson. Finishes it off with a little boom shakalaka. The bench explodes, and rightfully so. North Broward literally falling over themselves, but it came together at the right time, and that's the most important thing of all. And perhaps most importantly for morale, it came over off the hands of Johnson. The Mavericks keep it going. Lugo is dug by Wiggins. Now Johnson sends it over. That's Rivera. Over off the hands of Tanone. Johnson lures, Tanone sent back, and in play. You couldn't ask for a more beautiful block. Looks like that was Brianna Masaracchio. As Masaracchio serves now. Dig by Dinan. Wiggins. Johnson sent into the net. And North Broward is scratching and clawing. Those talons are gripping for dear life to stay into this set. Serve for Johnson. Rivera digs. At the net, it's Lugo. And this time Lugo overhits. The Mavericks not too happy about it, but you got to accept the way the cookie crumbles. And it's a 1-point game. Johnson serves again. Sent down to Rivera with a little push. Wiggins lures. Rejected! Boy, what a huge hit. That was Oprah Povea. Served by Hurtado. Lures Tanone too much. Lures down to Palumbo. Blocks, but it rolls off the net on the Mavericks side. A little cartoon physics there. And it's a North Broward point. Some Wile E. Coyote stuff. 14-12 now. Tobias sends it over. A great dig. Tanone tries as well, but the Mavericks keep it going. Lugo back on the Mavericks side. And the Eagles are feeling good about things. They stay within one. Dig set and a hit by Lugo, dug by Johnson. Tanone this time. Takes a little off of it. 8 kills for her. And the more power management the Eagles manage to figure out, the better they'll do in this contest. All tied up at 14 apiece. Set up now for Rivera, blocked by Tobias, sent over by Tanone. That's on the line. That counts. That was gorgeous. McCarthy bench coming alive now as the Eagles take their first lead of the set. Well, their second, actually, not since the first point. And that lead quickly evaporates. So Juliana Lugo back to serve once again. She has an ace in this contest. That's just her second of the season. Dig by Palumbo. Tobias over to Wiggins, who hits. And the Mavericks struggle with it. Wiggins digs. Lures up to Tanone. A little spin on that one. Rivera near side, and Lures can't handle it. Kogenauer not happy. So I'm mouthing something. I'm not going to tell you what it was because I'm not sure, but I'm not sure we could repeat it. There's a serve out for Lugo. And we stay tied at 16. Here's Tanone. Into the net. And this one keeps seesawing. Believe it or not, no timeouts taken yet in this entire set by either team. Lures down to Palumbo. She is blocked. And Maria Bortoluzzi puts up a beauty. Perfectly placed, and it's a 2-point lead for the Mavericks. Rivera serves now. Into Wiggins, Lures, sends it over. Hurtado, hit by Bortoluzzi. Now here's Wiggins, over to Palumbo. Off Hurtado, and Palumbo keeps cooking. 10 kills for her now. She is the first on either team to 10. Rogers sets up Bortoluzzi, too much on it, and we're tied up again. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like we're almost guaranteed to get some free volleyball by the end of this night. I mean, these two teams are so evenly matched. Palumbo serves into the net. It is real back and forth. Served by Kayubit. Lures to Tobias. Takes care of business. Hegaburo and Dynan come on for the Eagles. And we're all tied up at 19. Valerie Hegaburo, an 8th grader, as there's a timeout taken by Archbishop McCarthy. Now, we told you about the last time that these two met. Talk a little bit about their history. Believe it or not, this is just the 4th meeting on record since 2007. Oh, I hope both of the GoPros didn't run out of battery. Oh, if that's the case, we're going to be in trouble. Anyway, just the 4th meeting since 2007. The Mavericks lead the series overall 2-1. This is the first time that they have played at North Broward since 2007, believe it or not. And the last time North Broward won a match against Archbishop McCarthy, 2010. And it looks like I'm going to have to put in some requests for like a GoPro power bank or something, because that's not good. Dig by Tanone, Lures. Up against the net is Dynan, and they were just waiting for the foretouch. Well, we hope you enjoyed our premium broadcast experience while it lasted. We still got 4 cameras for you, just not as fun as 6. And once again, all this equipment, courtesy of a loan from Lynn University Ice Hockey, who have been so kind to us in getting this student-run broadcast program off the ground. Deja Johnson is just incredible. Which one was that? A short serve and an ace. Emma Lures picks up her 15th of the season. They just couldn't handle her. 21-20. Hurtado, Castro, and a block from Johnson, but it goes out of play. We're tied at 21, and this set, once again, will likely come down to the wire. Wiggins digs, Lures down to Tanone. A very soft hit. Hurtado And that one set up for Povea. Lures down to Tanone, off the hands. A beautiful, that's a heck of a kill. Yasmin Tanone now into double-digit scoring. And Deja Johnson, the D1 commit, will serve now for the Eagles. Hurtado digs. Bit of desperation, but pushed over by Rivera. Looks like that might have been a lift, and it's 23-21. Rivera to Johnson. Wiggins up to Palumbo, off a couple of blockers, steered over by Rivera. Now it's Johnson, lures down to Palumbo. Just too hot to handle. And Jada Palumbo makes it set point. The crowd fires up. They're coming alive as that one skips over the net and lands on the wrong side. Two aces put two sets in the books. 25-21, and the number 2 team in South Florida is up 2-0 over the number 1 team in South Florida. This is continually proving to be an excellent matchup, and we hope you'll join us for set number 3. Don't you go anywhere, as we're going to have to go somewhere to see what happened to those two cameras. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this incredibly high-profile contest between the top two teams in South Florida. I'm a very out-of-breath Sam Gelfand, who just ran downstairs to see what happened to two of our cameras. And let me tell you, there's no easy way to get down there, even though technically we're still in the gym in this little perch. That's a long sprint. I'll try to control my panting for you. But right now, the Mavericks are in dire straits. They fell 21-25 and 22-25 in their respective sets to the Eagles. I'm old. Running is not easy for me. Lures serves, goes off Hurtado. And Wiggins over to Lures. Johnson kept alive by Lugo. Hurtado down the line. Blocked by Tanone. Lures keeps it going. Wiggins out to Johnson, brings the boom, but is blocked. Set up now for Lugo. But that goes off the hands of the blockers, and it's a kill for Juliana Lugo. Had they let it go, that probably would have been out. As an honest mistake, you can't blame anybody for that. And now Lugo will serve. Lugo collects her third ace of the season. She's got 6 kills, 2 aces by my count for this one. And it's 2-0 Mavericks. Dig by Wiggins. Lures over to Tanone. A soft touch, kept alive by Dinan, put over by Johnson. Down the line to Lugo. Wiggins with the dig. Lures, Johnson. And when she is hot, she is on fire. Nine kills for her by my count. Down the line, kept alive by Wiggins. Lures to Palumbo. And Jada Palumbo is absolutely unstoppable. You want to know what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object? Well, we've got one of the two right now. Halfway there is good, I suppose. Here's the serve for Johnson. Just barely over the net. And Lugo is rejected by Dinan, but it goes out of play. I've almost got my breath back. I'm getting there. I'm not an athlete. I've just played one on TV. Serve for Masaracchio goes into the net. Archbishop McCarthy recently went to the very prestigious Nike Tournament of Champions in Gainesville. Won the whole thing. Lugo blocked by Palumbo! Who else? The unstoppable force has now become the immovable object. Wiggins into the net. And she's just not been serving like she typically has. So now it goes over to the other libero, Raquel Hurtado, in a very hot pink. Tanone sends that well over, and that dig went all the way almost to the windows of this gym, which are a good 20, 30 feet up. That went above where the camera is that you see right there. Lugo, dig by Johnson. Up at the net, lures. And a little slam dunk by Lainey Tobias. 5 kills for her. And as we have seen, when the Eagles string it together, there are few teams better. Serve for Tanone, handled. And Lugo, with some desperation, Wiggins got hurt there. She's up, she's all right. But that was a scary collision. There were lures apologizing. It looked like they were competing digs, and Wiggins' head might have gone into lures. But she's fine, she's up, she's all right. That's the most important thing. And they're going to take that point off the board, and we're going to have a redo. Serve skips over the net. Dig by Wiggins. Tanone just over the line. That was a game of inches. We are tied at 6 now as Lugo serves. Lainey Tobias with her 6th kill of the night. Speaking of a game of inches, sadly we will not be bringing you North Broward's football game against American Heritage Del Rey this Friday, as instead this broadcast crew will be traveling to do Lynn University ice hockey as they open their season against Florida Tech. You'll be able to find that game on Lynn Ice Hockey's YouTube channel. We hope you'll join us for it. Deja Johnson keeps humming along. She breaks into double-digit scoring. She averages 4.5 kills per set. And Palumbo serves into the net. This one, it's a familiar refrain, but it's staying close. Wow, it's almost like both of these teams are really good or something. A sub as Kaylin Rivera comes off. And Olivia Rogers comes on. The senior setter, 5'5", has a serving percentage of 88.4. Lures, digs, Johnson sends it over. Rogers digs, now to Hurtado. And some big blocks fall the way of the Mavericks. We are tied at 8. Palumbo lures, and Johnson sends it over. Dig by Rogers. And Tanone is able to get it done, but it falls. Wiggins tried to bend it like Beckham there as she went for the dig. Honestly, from her form, she could be a talented soccer player, I bet. I mean, you know, athletes are usually good at more than one sport. General athletic ability can get you pretty far. Palumbo digs, lures, sets up Johnson into the net. Lures over to Johnson. Good desperate dig. Pushed over and Tobias rejects it. Tanone dives to keep it alive, but yeah, he couldn't do much with that. And now it's a 3-point lead for the Mavericks, and North Broward takes their first timeout of the match. It's amazing it took so long for us to see North Broward take a timeout. You know, I just want to take a moment. We haven't actually had a chance to talk about it this season, but there's a wonderful initiative that's going on from the North Broward bench right now. Yasmin Tanone, Chelsea Ventura, and Destiny Wiggins have founded the Gear for All Foundation. Put it together last year. Its mission is to donate sporting goods to underprivileged children. You've got their website and their Instagram here in case you want to contribute. I think it's a wonderful thing that these young high school students are doing, and I hope that it continues to find success. They won an award for it from Florida Volleyball. It's a really wonderful initiative, and it's great to see that they're using their athletic ability to make a difference in the community. Serve is overcooked, and it's a 2-point game. Both teams are actually back to work tomorrow as the Mavericks benefit from the point there, just a little too much on it. But tomorrow the Mavericks will take on Palmer Trinity, and tomorrow North Broward will host St. Andrews. Small change in the schedule there. Sadly, we will not be able to bring you that contest. Shireen Kayubit serves. Tanone digs, lures, back to Johnson into the net. And it's a 4-point game. This stuff is not easy. Lures to Johnson. A little push kept going by Masaracchio. And Tobias posterizes him. Watch Lainey Tobias on the corner here. She was flying in the opposite direction. That was incredible. Lures serves, and Tobias is on a roll. That's a new season high for her of 8 kills. Now the ball has gone under the bleachers and a fan has volunteered to grab it. I don't know if we can see that on any of our cameras. Right over here, it went under the bleachers down here. And they had to get a different ball, but we're back underway. Johnson lures, now Tanone near side, off the blockers, and they give it to her. Tanone, no slouch, 3.5 kills per set on average. There's the serve. There's the set, and there's a big hit from Bortoluzzi, perhaps too much. And we're all tied up at 13 apiece. Sent out by Povea, and North Broward takes a lead. A little pushback by Dynan, then over Dynan. Now Palumbo, and Tanone keeps it going. That was some great reaction time. And it goes North Broward's way. That was a 2-touch, the line judge says. You know, both of these teams last season were district champions and regional runners-up, so they're both coming off of huge seasons into huge seasons. That was just barely sent over Lures. With a little more height, she might have had that, and it's rare that you say, oh, she's 5'11". She should have had a little more height. But this is one of those times. Down 1, the Mavericks will serve. Dig by Johnson. Attempt to send it back, and Lures was just outmatched. Perhaps still reflecting on last play. And we're all tied up at 15. Serve by Castro. Dig by Johnson. Lures. Over to Johnson. Kaboom! She has a way of firing up the Eagles. And that way is pure power. The dig by Kayubit. Lugo kept alive. Did that hit the floor? Doesn't matter, as there's a hitting error. Karen Frank not happy about it. But the Eagles take a 17-15 lead. Is it a net touch? Antenna. Oh, they hit the antenna. Johnson finds the corner. It's an ace. And North Broward hoping to soar to victory in just a few more points. This has been the most highly anticipated volleyball matchup of the season. And this time Johnson tries to do the exact same thing, but puts a little too much mustard. Too large of a concentration of condiments. And it's 18-16. Serve from Masaracchio. Lures near side. Tanone sinks it. And with that, she is trying to sink the Mavericks' chances of victory. A timeout is taken by Archbishop McCarthy. And in case you were curious what day it is, because there's always so many national holidays and whatnot, right? Today is National TV Dinner Day, in case you don't feel like cooking or are just a bachelor. That's totally fine. I've lived that life before. It's National Swap Ideas Day. And these two teams have swapped ideas of a lead all night long, though North Broward currently has the upper hand. It's the birthday of actor Colin Firth, legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, and Hall of Fame baseball pitcher Randy Johnson, the big unit, 6 foot 10 inches tall and with a fastball to match. One of the most fun to ever watch play. Wiggins with the serve. And Wiggins with a dig now. Lures, sets up Palumbo. She is rejected by Lugo. The Mavericks still have some fight in them. Kayubit comes off in favor of Povea. And now Hurtado will serve. Palumbo digs. Lures near side. Tanone off Hurtado. Sent to Lugo. She finds a hole. And that's 2 in a row for her. Hurtado serves. Palumbo. Lures. Tanone. A little less on it. Hurtado now. Blocked by Tobias. Wiggins keeps it going. Lures. Tanone. Skips off the net. This one keeps going. Masaracchio. Now Johnson. Off Masaracchio. Towards the bench. They want to keep it going. Steered over by Lugo. Wiggins lures, pushes up for Palumbo. Sent back. A beautiful block. And Juliana Lugo is on fire. We are tied up at 19 in set number 3. Now here's Hurtado serving. Johnson lures. Tobias thought she found some room. The Mavericks close the gap. Wiggins, one-handed dig. Palumbo to the other side. Tanone with a hit, skips off the net. A diving dig for Lugo. Hurtado now back to Bortoluzzi, and it is out. And it's close. You knew it was going to be. Tobias with a congratulation from Kogenauer. 20-19, Tanone serves. Here's Lugo. Tanone sends it back over with a dig. Lugo will try again. Blocked by Palumbo. And they can't do anything with it. Have yourself a day, why don't you? Jada Palumbo is achieving volleyball nirvana. And Yasmin Tanone piles on with an ace. (22-19), and the pendulum of momentum is on the side of North Broward. That's why the Mavericks must call a timeout. This has been a classic in the making. It's been a fantastic matchup, and we're so glad that you've been here for all of it. Just to put it in perspective one more time, we showed this at the top of the broadcast. North Broward trying to stay undefeated. North Broward trying to show that they are the #1 team in South Florida. They're currently ranked #2 in South Florida. Mavericks are #1. The Mavericks are the #8 team in Florida. Eagles are #10. And so far, the Mavericks have hung on to that higher rating due to a higher strength of schedule, but North Broward is trying to knock them off the mountaintop. So it's more than just a win and a loss here. It's bragging rights on the line. Who is the best team in South Florida? That is getting decided tonight. And North Broward just has 3 points to go. And Yasmin Tanone is determined to take him there. 3 aces, 13 kills. Just pile it on, why don't you? Two points away. Tanone to Hurtado. Set up for Lugo. And she fires a rocket across this gym. Lugo has 10 kills. What a match it has been as Juliana Lugo is back to serve for the Mavericks. Wiggins digs, lures to Tobias. Hurtado can't handle it, and North Broward is within 1. Tobias up to 9 kills. And Coach Karen Frank's body language is reserved on the Mavericks bench. 1 point away from supremacy. And it's oh so fitting that Jada Palumbo puts this one in the books. That is all she wrote. The North Broward Eagles knock off the #1 team in South Florida and stay undefeated. Watch that ace again. Her first of the night, and no better time to do it. What a match. North Broward proves that they are the best team in South Florida as they continue on deeper into this season. I mean, an incredible performance. It's been so close from both of these teams, but at the end of it, I mean, it could have gone either way. Perhaps tonight was just North Broward's night. Either way, we thank you so very much for joining us here live on YouTube. My name is Sam Gelfand, and on behalf of everyone here at the North Broward Preparatory School and the Florida High School Athletic Association, have a very good night wherever you may be.